Hey guys, for today's video, I want to talk to you about how what you allow will persist. So what I mean by this is the way you allow people to treat you is the way that they're going to consistently treat you. They're going to take your example for how you're allowing them to treat you, and they're just going to run with it. So you don't want to allow people to mistreat you. I mean, you're in control of this, as crazy as it sounds. It's other people's actions, yeah, but you're in control of it because people will only treat you the way you allow them. If you don't allow them to treat you in certain ways, you're going to stand up for yourself when they try to treat you in that manner, and they'll stop doing it. Or if they continue to do it, you're just going to cut them out of your life because you realize they're not a good person. So what you allow persists. Now, I've experienced this a lot in my own life where the past me used to be way too nice. I was a stereotypical nice guy, and I would just allow people to treat me horribly. I remember one of the most common things was I allowed people to not value my time, which is probably one of the worst ones you can do because time is a finite resource and you're never going to get back lost time. So what I would do is I would make plans with people, and the day would come around and then they'd either flake on me or ghost me or come up with some ridiculous excuse as to why they couldn't hang out anymore, and I would allow it. I wouldn't call them out on it and say, hey, that wasn't cool. I wouldn't do anything, and I kept them in my life. I would allow people to mistreat me. And eventually it led to exactly what you would expect. They did not value my time, and it was my own fault, which is the crazy part. It's my own fault because I allowed it. And it's even happened in relationships where, even rather recently, because I have the bad habit of always seeing the best in women. So when I'm dating a woman I'm really attracted to, I'll kind of, at times, ignore some of her bad aspects. And it's something I'm still working on. I'm getting a lot better at it. But even rather recently, I allowed one woman to constantly do this, where we would make plans and then she would either cancel them last minute or well, she wouldn't really flake. She flaked on me at the final date, and that's what kind of killed everything. But she would more of kind of just allow something else that she was in control over whether or not to accept to then take priority over our date. And I allowed it, even though, I mean, truthfully, I was not happy with it at all. But I never called her out on it. And that's what's going to happen. If you allow people to continue treating you in a way that you don't enjoy, they're going to continue treating you exactly in that way because they're going to think that you're okay with it. And then over time, they're not going to value your time, or they're not going to respect you. And the only person you'll have to blame is yourself. So stand up for yourself. Speak your truth. When people are doing things that you don't enjoy, when they're treating you in a way that you don't like, call them out on it. I know it requires courage because it can be scary to stand up for yourself because you're going to think, oh, this may be like a form of rejecting the person, or they may take it that way and it may lead to them not wanting to be around you any longer, or that sort of thing. But to that, what I have to say is, well, do you really want this person to be around you? Especially if they have a negative reaction to you telling them to treat you better. Do you really? Do you want to keep people like that around you in your life? I personally don't. So it's always a win-win in my opinion. If you call them out and they get really upset over it, well then you just lost someone who you don't need in your life, so that's a win. Or if you call them out and they actually change their behavior and they start respecting you and not treating you in that way, you again won, because now your relationship with them will be better. So I encourage you to stop allowing people to treat you in a way that you don't like. In my case, it's not letting people not value my time, because my time is important to me, and when people cancel plans or flake on me, I'm just tired of it. Like, I do not stand up for that any longer, and it's taken me a long time to get to this point, but I've been burned so many times by friends, by romantic partners. It's just, yeah, I've allowed it to go on for way too long, And I'm really glad that I finally started standing up for myself. And I hope that you do too. Because what you allow will persist. But you are in control of that. You can tell them that you're not going to tolerate that behavior anymore. And I hope that you do. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!